sidestep three. No, but there's the Joker. The follow-up, it's good. Boy, the Nuggets just pounded the Lakers on the grass. And then 3 minutes to go here again. And look at Contavious Caldwell-Pope finishing. And here, LeBron James, look at the no-look pass to Anthony Davis, the throwdown. Lakers cut the lead to 10. Next Nuggets possession. How about the spin by the Joker?
And you put him in the blender right there. Spin cycle right around him and the dunk. Did you know he could dunk? Because everything's a layup package with Jokic.
Under 2 minutes to go in the third. Jokic backs down Davis. Look at the one-legged. Dirt-like, yeah. Nuggets up by 17 at this point. And then final moments of the third. Take a look at this three by the Joker.
Jokic just gets it off in time. It's up. Oh, it's good. Of course it goes in. Jokic from downtown. Anthony Davis just stares at him.
Yeah, AD's like it. Come on, man. Then we get to the fourth. Nuggets up 11. It's Jamal Murray's turn. This time over LeBron.
Same spot. LeBron said thumbs up. And Jamal's like, no, that's 2 thumbs up, baby.
Murray had 31. Fourth quarter now. Don't call it a comeback, but here comes the Lakers. Davis, 40 points, 10 rebounds in this game. Then LeBron, Austin Reeves. He had 23. Lakers cut the lead to 3. Now, not long after that, how about this? LeBron driving, no. Scrum for the basketball.
Get on the floor.
Yep. The Nuggets are going to come up with it, and they're out and running. Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon throwing it down.
Mile high, the lateral up the floor, and Russell Wilson loving it.
Loving it. Nuggets are up 6 here. And then Jokic. No, there's the 3 there by Reeves. That cuts the lead to 5. And Caldwell-Pope finishing off the glass. That's good. And then under a minute to go in the game, Lakers down by 3. LeBron for 3 to tie. It's no good. It's the Nuggets who hold on to win this 132-126. Jokic 34 points, 21 rebounds, 14 assists. Here's LeBron after the game.
It took us a half to get into the game, and that was pretty much the ball game right there. We got to understand that we got to start from the tip-off, and they punched us in the mouth. Postseason, it doesn't matter if you cut it to 1 or you're down 20. If you lose, you lose. They're 1-0, and we have to come back with desperation going in the game, too.
Listen, no player has responded better to a Game 1 loss than LeBron James. He's 12-9 in series hits. That's his series record after losing the opening game of a playoff series. Those 12 series wins in that spot, 4 more than any other player in NBA history. Okay, back here with the guys. I guess biggest takeaway after Game 1, JJ.
Nikola Jokic is awesome. I mean, that's the biggest takeaway. Look, I do think LeBron is right. It took a half for them to get into the game, and some of it was their offense, because throughout that first half, whether it was turnovers or missed shots, Nikola Jokic would get the basketball, bust out in transition, make plays in transition, get offensive rebounds. The Lakers were better offensively in the second half, which allowed them to get back into the basketball game. The one thing we haven't mentioned on the show yet is the KCP revenge game. Yeah. I thought he was fantastic last night. We showed the highlight of him with the big bucket to extend it to 4. But he, throughout the second half, every time the Lakers made a push, cut it to 8, cut it to 10, cut it to 12, he was the guy that hit a number of big buckets in that second half.
Biggest takeaway.
Go to Wendy. Go to Wendy first, because what I got to say is going to get everybody upset. So
okay.
let Wendy.
Wendy, your biggest takeaway after Game 1?
Yeah, look, we can go into the X's and O's here and look at the adjustments and the moves in the game, but I'm going to say that we're potentially watching a historically great battle between Nikola Jokic and Anthony Davis unfolding. AD goes for 40 and 10 last night. Jokic has a 30-20 triple-double. He is averaging a triple-double, shooting 56% in this postseason. That's a Wilt Chamberlain type statement. So what I'm looking forward to is potentially 6 more games of those two throwing haymakers at each other, and they were on each other quite a bit. Davis victimized Jokic, Jokic victimized Davis. It's high level against high level, and I, as a neutral observer here who's enjoying the game, I'm very much looking forward to more of those battles.
I think that's what we want. We want to see the best players going mano-a-mano. I mean, even like when you look at tonight, you want to see Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum go one-on-one with you. What's your big
Yeah. Well, again, the game, it was a lot of fun to watch that game. Let's just start with that. That was a fun game to watch. They did not let us down at all. High efficiency and everything else. But what I want to say is the biggest takeaway from this game was something that in a span of 3 days, we saw the MVP of the league walk off the floor, losing again, and really not having much to say about that loss. And then 3 days later, we saw a guy who was a two-time MVP in the first quarter play out of this world. I believe, JJ, you said best player in the league, right?
Yep.
And so I'm going to ask a question and duck. But I'm going to ask it because I believe there's a lot of people in America who don't really watch the Denver Nuggets a lot, but because it was the Western Conference Finals on ESPN, everybody was watching. And they said the same thing. This guy's not the MVP. Prisoner of the moment, lock me up. That's fine. But looking at this player, looking at Nikola Jokic, it makes you ask that question, did we get it wrong? Because I know 3 days ago, people were calling into my radio show saying, this is the guy you made the MVP. Yeah, that's how New Yorkers sound when they call into my show. But it's like, this guy's not the MVP because he doesn't take over the game. He doesn't force his team to win a game. He doesn't do MVP-like things because MVP, I think Michael, Kobe, LeBron, Steph, guys who are force multipliers. Nikola Jokic in the first quarter of this game was a force multiplier. It's almost like he played like Stephen A. opens First Take on a Monday after the Cowboys lose. You know what I mean? That kind of vengeance. That's how that first quarter went. And so it begs the question, and I know it's a regular season award, so that's why I'm going to duck. But did we get it wrong?
Wendy?
I guess I got it way wrong because I voted for Giannis. You know, I'm just going to say that, Embiid affects both ends dramatically. And I'm going to tell you, you can criticize Embiid, rightfully so, for that Celtics series. He played terrific defense in that series. Defense does matter. And that is where you can get to Jokic. And if the Lakers are going to have a chance to overcome this incredible offensive force that Jokic is, this incredible basketball genius, they're going to have to penalize him at the defensive end. They have the weapon to do that. So we'll see. But when you vote a guy second in the MVP, it's not an insult. And that's one thing that we have to remember. I voted for Jokic for MVP in the past because I am so impressed with his play.
Oh, JJ?
Well, I'm going to do my best to stay out of this conversation, to be honest with you, because, this is there's some history there. But I will say that all three players, to Wendy's point, all three players are deserving. I want to talk about something that Alan brought up, which is something that I've reiterated a number of times this season. I see this all the time with Nikola Jokic. He's a calculator MVP. He's the computer MVP because he looks really good on a spreadsheet. I'm sorry, you haven't watched him. And now that you're getting a chance to watch, like I kept hearing the word dominant when talking about Giannis or when talking about Joel Embiid. And Jokic is not dominant. Now, I didn't vote for Jokic for MVP. I voted for Giannis like Wendy. But look, this is who he is every single night. It's not about a spreadsheet. It's not about advanced analytics. He imposes his will on the basketball game as well as anyone in the league. And I'll reiterate what I said in the first hour. He's the best player in the NBA right now. You can't argue that. He is the best player in the NBA right now.
Listen, I think all of you guys make great points. And listen, there's a reason why he was the two-time MVP, because the guy can ball. But I think you look at last year, Jamal Murray was hurt. So that's why I don't think Denver went as far as they could have gone. And they didn't have as much depth as they have now. Now they have depth. And Murray finally healthy. And I think that's why you're seeing him look even better, because he's got parts around him. He's always had good coaching, but now he can show why he's that dominant player because of the simple parts around him.
But I think what JJ said is what it is. It's the stage. It's getting to this level of the playoffs that he has reached, that in the bubble they were there, but again, it's the bubble, and it's Summer League. Not everybody was watching as much.
Don't discredit the bubble. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Everybody had the same opportunity to sleep and eat right and not travel.
Like no home crowd.
It was equal ground.
So there's
equal ground.
Still, not many people really were as invested in that the same way as I think now.
Correct.
Where you're seeing him throw one-handed baseball passes that Russell Wilson, the Broncos wish Russell could throw that way.
Because he is so dominant, then if you're the Lakers, what kind of adjustments do you need to make?
Well, they did make some adjustments in this game, defensively and offensively. Let's start with the defense real quick. So in that fourth quarter and second half, they put Rui Hachimura onto Nikola Jokic, which allowed Anthony Davis to be off the basketball. And they put Aaron Gordon in the dunker spot, which essentially allowed Davis to be a roamer, a free safety, if you will. Able to contest shots late. It led to a turnover at one point. The Nuggets as a team shot 2 for 10 when Hachimura was guarding Jokic. And on the other end, the adjustment they made was targeting Jamal Murray. We saw the Austin Reeves 2 threes late in the highlight package. Those were on LeBron James, Austin Reeves pick and rolls. Murray a little bit late. As we see here, this is the Hachimura play in an ISO post up. You see Anthony Davis down guarding Gordon at the dunker spot, allowed to be a free safety, allowed to roam. Comes over with the help late. LeBron James sinks. It leads to a turnover. And then we'll show the offensive package here. Jamal Murray, come here. Poor sister, come here. Lingers a little bit on the late show, right? MPJ doesn't rotate to Austin Reeves. That's just too long of a closeout. LeBron's so good at doing this, manipulating these matchups in the playoffs. And those were the two big adjustments I saw from the Lakers in the second half.
Wendy, when you look at the Lakers, talk to me about the adjustments and their mindset going into game 2.
They've just got to get some rebounds. The rebounding in the first half was unbelievable, almost unrecoverable. The fact that they actually were able to get in this game with that rebounding performance was really shocking. That's a simple fix. It's not easy because the Jokic, who's so great at getting rebounding position, they got to rebound. Pat Riley, no rebounds, no rings. There's a reason why he said that. That should be one of the big mantras going into game 2.
All right. Thank you, Wendy. We're going to talk more about this game and, of course, what the Lakers need to do for game 2 and the adjustments that Denver is going to make as well. But coming up.